Hey everybody, it's the Bug,
It's the bear.
and we're just gonna sit here and just talk about random stuff because we've been drinking all night.
Yes, we have.
So what's up, baby?
The thing that I mostly wanted to talk about today was just how everybody just doesn't actually portray themselves as, you know, themselves. Basically everybody has a mask of what they're actually.
Like insecurity almost?
Yeah, like an insecure kind of thing, but at the same time, people don't actually think like, oh, I need to present myself of who I actually am. You
Right.
have to be like better than what you are.
Basically, like a fake imagination or like a cover story to a letter almost.
Right, and just how you feel with women wearing makeup. It's
Right.
just like a cover up. And I think everybody is beautiful just the way they are. And you don't have to hide any of your insecurities or hide anything from anyone because everyone's beautiful in their own sense.
Right. And I think that, people, like you said, without makeup, it's one of those major things that I think of, and I know that it's a big changing point for a lot of people. Is people think that you need to wear makeup to be beautiful, and I don't know if I'm like a next generation or just a different type of man. Is I think makeup is kind of ugly, kind of covers up the beauty of a person, kind of like a mask to the actual beauty within a person.
I agree. And to further that point, I mean, I think any woman doesn't need any kind of makeup or needs to whiten their teeth or, do any of this crazy, shit that everybody does.
Maybe even to push on that point, kind of like a have to buy certain products or uh, cover the face up with certain things, eyeliner, eyebrows, blush, makeup, lipstick, anything like that. I think as though as it may be like a solution to an insecurity that may be within yourself, and you just need to know that you're beautiful. You need to know that the man that loves you will wake up next to you loving you for the imperfections. That's, I feel as though, what love brings is you need to love imperfections. You don't need to try to perfect everything.
Well, on that point, I mean, the one thing that I can say about that is just how society has brought up women. And I know this for a fact because in my own home, I was always taught to look your best, look the absolute to the T, and have yourself just prepared for any kind of thing that will go on through your day. Like, oh, you're gonna be looked upon by everybody. You're gonna find your soulmate. You're going to do anything today. You
Right.
need to look your greatest.
Right. And the thing is that most people find the love of their life the opposite of that. Bumming PJs, wearing whatever you want to wear, meeting at whatever place. you know that's what I feel as though most people find the love of their life. And same stays true to what we did. We found each other random restaurant. I was not looking the greatest. You were partying with friends. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there was no way that we could be perfect for the way that people imagine that the perfect
Meeting.
right.
The perfect like get together. Like, oh, we met at small coffee shop. Blah blah blah. We saw each other. We knew that we were meant to be. Like, no, we met each other online.
Not the greatest.
Not the
Not
greatest.
the greatest first date.
Not saying anything bad about people meeting online because we obviously made it through that. It's just when we met, he had to wait for about 2 hours before he.
2.5.
Okay, sorry.
Or more. I was at the mall for at least an hour. I
Sorry.
know that for a fact. I was sitting
That's a
outside
story for
of
another
a
day.
store for an hour before you told me to meet you.
That's a story for another day. But the thing is that the thing that I really wanted to look for in a soulmate and a man is just if you can make me laugh, if we can have a great conversation, if things just fell into place. And that's how I really feel that we met because you talked about one of your previous dates, which obviously some women would not, deal with any of that kind of stuff. But
Right, but it's like I said, it's you don't need to cover up. It's show your perfections. If a man doesn't love you for your perfections, he's probably not the man for you. If he hates it that you wake up and you don't do your hair, or your makeup isn't done, or the job that you have, he's not for you. The 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 point of the love, well, the point of love would be to, find that perfect soulmate, the imperfections, like I always say. You need to love the imperfections. I mean, none of us are perfect. There's no reason to try to cover them up and try to make yourself perfect.
like with me, like I always thought that my freckles were terrible. Like no one would ever like my freckles, and you can't even see them on camera right now, but they're from here to here, all right here, and you know.
I call them angel kisses, but
but I mean, it's a story for a different day. But with that, I think that I could honestly be myself, and when you find someone that you can be yourself with, from the very first meeting of, you know, each other, you can actually talk to each other and not have to lie about anything. And I know for sure that previous relationships of
don't knock
mine.
your drink over. don't crazy. Knocking the drink over. Oh.
But
Well,
from previous relationships, I could never really be myself. And, finding someone that you can actually talk to in a normal manner or, you know, anything like that, you found the person that you can actually be comfortable with and talk to you about just random stuff. Because I know that we've gone through some conversations like about Pokemon. Like, I never thought that I could actually find someone that we could talk to on a deep level of just craziness.
Just about anything, I would say. Just about anything. And, if you know us personally, or you've ever been around us, do we get into some of the craziest conversations just about anything? Religion, politics, jobs, uh, personal thoughts about any videos that we see, relationships. If we see people in the public, that we may not even think that it should work out, but it does. It's just one of those things that it's just unexplainable. But for the most part, what we can see as a common, and I don't know if you can say the same thing, but as a common, you know, denominator of every relationship is you have to love the negatives, and if it doesn't work out in that way, if the negatives aren't something that you love, then it's not going to work. You can't wake up to somebody without makeup and hate it and just make it as a relationship, unless I feel kind of like a shallow person would love to, oh, I'm gonna wake up early to put makeup on my face just so that my husband doesn't complain, loves me for what I have on my face. And for the most part, I believe a man should love you for what's on your face, what it looks like, the structure, everything, your freckles, you know, I love everything about it, you know, and that's what I think. Maybe this isn't what people imagine my perfect relationship to be, or my perfect woman, but I've found that my perfect woman is the person right next to me. So it's like I don't even need to explain that. It's I want other people to feel the same way I do. Wake up happy, go to sleep happy. Every situation, you can talk it through and, never have to really argue about the small things.
And I'm sorry, Mom, if I bring you up and you see this video. I'm sorry. But the way that my mother and my grandmother raised me was to be presentable, like I said before, and the person that you really, really find in life will always think that you're presentable, no matter if you're just in a t-shirt, some yoga pants, or whatever. It really doesn't matter. In their eyes, they're gonna think that you're always perfect, and that may be one of the reasons why there's so much divorce and there's the high divorce rate right now. And to be honest, it's sad. It's really sad just to know what divorce is like and how it goes through for both parties. And the thing is with that is that you have to find someone where you're going to love both of their flaws, no matter if someone's crazy or someone's just like I'm gonna look good every single day, like I don't even care,
or has anger issues,
but
crazy family.
We live with it. We live with it. We grow from it. We understand what comes out. Like, basically, if something goes wrong, you're gonna be there. And with that, if you find the person that you're really looking for, or if you're so secure with yourself, like you're hot shit. Like, for real. If you know that you're hot shit and you don't care what anybody else has to say, then your soulmate's gonna come and they're gonna think that you're hot shit too,
And give it time.
I would give it time, definitely.
Always give it time. Because you never know when they're gonna show up. Like, personally, my situation was as soon as I gave up is as soon as I found the love of my life. So I just give it time. I mean, don't ever, I wouldn't say give up, but don't ever lose hope. Hope is always there when it comes to relationships. There's always going to be that one, and I would never settle for anything less than perfect, because there will always be perfect, and there will always be somebody out there that will come along and be your perfect person. They may have cons or pros that you may or may not like, but in the end they will end up being the person that you love. You can, no matter what anybody says, you can mold a person, loved one, family, anything. It just takes time. You can mold a person into what you love. If there's that one little thing, even though you can't change it, there's always going to be something that you can find in a positive manner.
Well,
we have discussion?
We have a discussion here. Okay.
Well, we'll save that for another time.
Okay.
We will save that for another time.
Okay.
Alright, guys, it's been long enough. I want to go ahead and thank you, and you guys have a wonderful night. I'm the Bug.
I'm the Bear.
And you guys have a wonderful night, okay?
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.